So we back in the mines. I'm just kidding. I don't know that song at all. Hey, welcome back to more ReFantazio. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we made our way to an abandoned mine, and this time we're gonna go and actually head on in to the Nord mines. Wait, there's probably a bunch of shady miners in there, right? Won't be safe around them? Fear not, most of them are the same miners who were here before the closure. Besides, against the best interest to cause a scene, risk the crown theocracy coming down in this place, right? Sounds like there won't be a problem then. You ready?
Let's go.
Or serious catch up with us. It'll be a whole mess of trouble I'd rather not deal with. Let's move with haste.
However,
it's dead quiet. I'm sure there's still people working here. Not as quiet and still as you feel. Your instincts alert you to the bloodthirst in the air. Judged by the people after us before, that's likely.
stop.
Halt, deserters!
Don't you dare.
You're trapped like rats now. Lay down your arms together peacefully. As I thought, we walked right into an ambush. They've got us at a disadvantage, catch us, and there's now a bottleneck. You turn back now. It's no use. The entry's already barricaded with soldiers. Surrender immediately. You've got nowhere to run, and if you don't comply, then the miners will pay the price for your insolence. As understanding, we're not deserters. We're forced to retreat. We had no choice. A human. Oh yes, we're well aware of your predicament. That's exactly why we can't have any survivors. But we're to let no one escape. We've accepted the whole damned conspiracy. No choice. Let's fight our way through. They come. Stop them here and now.
There they are. Come and get them.
Go and dodge them. Luckily, they are only weak enemies, so we can fight them outright. Defeat them outright.
I see the enemy.
Forward!
We can bop you.
Charging in.
Nice to always just avoid the air. Sometimes you have to break through the scenery in order to get access to an item. It's not, well, sometimes they can be good items. But, there, someone's collapsed.
Hey, are you alright? I told you. I didn't see no deserters. Please, don't kill me. What? Why? To send a message, boy. Either we give ourselves up, or these innocents pay the price.
But the only one who could know we survived, and the only one who could send soldiers after us. Oh, come on, let's move.
It's too well prepared. Why are they going so far to hunt us down?
Stop right there.
Right
That's
there.
a good question.
Forward! Fine work.
But one
They are.
we need to really worry about. Very luckily for us, if we are locked onto an enemy and we attack, we'll do a little bit of a dash. So that could be really helpful. Isn't that? As I thought, it all makes sense now. Here's what we're expected.
I knew I'd find you here. You were the only one who never went up to the fort itself, after all. It couldn't have been anyone else.
Who would have thought 3 sorry stragglers would make it past a whole unit of assassins?
Bastard. You never intended for anyone to survive. You knew the human would be there.
Naturally. You heard the reports. I only put more bait on the hook. I wasn't expecting that damn thing to be rampaging already.
You sent those soldiers to their deaths. Why?
Because the kingdom's guard is powerless before the humans, and only a pile of bodies will prove that to the public.
So someone wants the King's Guard disgraced. And when the people need him most, a savior rises as their shield. Is that your game?
Savior? Speak plain, boy. You think he's one of Luis's men?
A pitiful flock needs its shepherd. If a little blood is what it takes to show them who their real savior is, then that's a price easily paid.
That's why those sons and daughters died. For your savior.
They aren't the first. The soldiers cry for reinforcements, the villagers plead to be spared. But I know better than to confront a human.
A village? You refused. Wait, then you were the one who... 7 years ago, the first Flames Day of June, a village in the northern hills was razed to the ground. A village called Harlia.
Oh, yes, that might have been a name.
Then you made a fatal mistake, Klinger. You left one survivor!
Stay back!
Help me!
Ugh. You played right into our hands, you know. This was the only road without checkpoints. A simple deduction.
You're a disgrace to your title. I may not make it out alive, but as for you, you're hopeless!
O thou who art seared with bitterness, O thou anguished traveler, it is time for thou to choose thy path. O lodestar, whose light reveals the king's own path, awaken.
What?
What the? Oh, no! I can't fail Lord Luis. Without him, I've got nothing left. You struggle in vain. I won't let you rob me of my glory! This is the way of the real world, little lordling!
You call this real? Leaders abandon their people and the innocent die by their scorn. If that's the real world, then it can die alongside you! My name is Leon Stroll de Halliatus. My home and my family were taken from me. I am the last of my house. I am the last of my noble bloodline. And in the name of my people, I will strike you down where you stand! Come! I will show you a world with honor!
What is this?
Wait, he's got power like yours now? Well, better show him how to use it!
I don't know what you think you're doing, but I'll not cave to an empty threat like that! This igniter's all I need to turn you to ash! You lot, get to it! Cover me!
So he scampers off to protect himself, and his subordinates get to be his living shields. The man's showing his true colors. I'll fix the filthy coward with the end he deserves.
The igniter's powerful, but it takes care and calculation to wield. If you sense danger, steel your defenses and endure it.
Don't bother struggling.
We get access to Stroll as a playable companion now, with the warrior archetype. Stroll resists the fire.
I call upon royal power within.
We'll get into details of what the warrior is capable of in a little bit.
Take this!
But I think it's always a good idea to focus on the ads first. He has the higher defense right now. I'm not sure. I don't think I want to use.
The freedom of a wanderer.
Yeah.
Take this!
Now we'll start going all out.
Going back.
This will be this strategizing is going to be definitely useless if it turns out that we get healed after this, which we might. It's entirely possible. HP management's much more reasonable. A captain's uniform, a lot of experience. Jesus Christ, Stroll is behind on levels. Well, he was behind on levels, I should say. We'll boost our strength up, get a little bit more evened out. Stroll is pretty balanced as a party member, so that's always nice. As we level up our archetypes, they'll get access to new skills. You can tell it's Shin Megami Tensei because they use the exact words of Tarakasha. They really like their Tarakasha and Tetras and whatnot. We'll get into that top passive in a bit as well.
Impossible!
Never expected a commissioned officer would end up a wild-eyed zealot.
How did I do all that? And without an igniter?
Just like him. Who are you two, really?
I'm Leon Stroll. Just a fallen noble from the countryside. Back there, Klinger mentioned a village that was raised by a human. They sent for help, but he abandoned them. Halia was its name. I'm the son of its lord, and now I know what really happened. We sent our fastest riders, but we were doomed from the start. If Luis was behind it, then that's all I need to know. He's the one who'll answer for it. I have my own reason to fight now. I don't want to be an ally of convenience alone, so once more, please, let me join your cause.
What do you say, Grius?
I see keeping an eye on you was too much trouble in the first place.
So you've no objections? What say you, friend?
We're brothers in arms, my friend.
Brothers in... yes. I'll do my best to deserve that honor. Now, onward.
The proud noble, Stroll. Within him dwells the virtue of the warrior. Nurture thy bond with him, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
Together we stand.
Stroll gives you access to the warrior, but we'll get into more details of what you can do later on. And the warrior is down by the foot. So struck by inspiration, I found a new way to harness this power, because it's the heroic embodiment of the warrior from Stroll.
Did you feel that just now? What's going on? Does it have something to do with that odd magic? Now that I think about it, once you awakened, isn't it weird that Stroll followed not long after? What does this mean? Huh? Wait, what? Hey, where are we? What just happened?
Surprising indeed. Somehow you find yourself here once more. And a fairy. I thought their kind long extinct. Do they yet take refuge in the Elden Sanctum?
Hey! You gonna talk to me or just at me?
We meet again, my friend. Though admittedly sooner than I'd expected. Remarkably, another has awakened. What miracle is this? Yes, that same power now stirs in your companion. Another of the mighty archetypes. Do you recall our discussion earlier about how archetypes are an original form of magic?
Well, more or less.
Consider this. As an elder, you are an outcast of society, yes? Your very identity is a kind of destiny you may defy but not escape. All mortals suffer under the weight of our burdens. But in facing and embracing that anxiety, you make it your innermost power, you find freedom. And so, the lives of those who overcome their hardships and embody the virtues within are passed down as heroic tales. Your companion, too, had his eyes open to his true path and claimed its virtue. That awakening is your doing, you know. He awakened to the archetype that protects you.
Hey, hold on a second. Who even are you? How much do you know? I'm warning you, if you mess with him, you're gonna have to go through me.
Ah, you two share quite a deep connection, don't you?
Well, we didn't always. But now we're partners to the end. We're linked down to the depths of our hearts. Right?
Right.
We trust each other. I've got his back and he's got mine. And that's all there is to it.
The mystical fairy, Gallica. Within her dwells the virtue of the mage. Nurture thy bond with her, and a new power yet slumbering within thee may awaken.
I won't lead you.
Gallica gives us access to the mage. Again, get into it in a moment. Mage is up by the head.
Hey, wasn't that...
Fascinating. Do you understand what just happened? By connecting with others who have found their resolve, you awaken to new strength. And further, you and all your allies may fight with the strength of any archetype in your circle. As an example, your other companion, the fellow with the eye patch, he seems to have some training and knowledge regarding the wielding of an archetype. By his own account, nothing came of it. Yet if you so desire it, you can awaken the true power within him.
What? You mean Grius could use this power too?
The nature of the Seeker. No. Perhaps it is simply your own nature. You truly are remarkable. If you seek answers, then go and claim them. This right here.
What I'm about to show you is a lineage chart of the archetypes I've been researching. That said, there are many I've yet to see, so it's far from complete. Each of you has your own chart. You will use these charts in the assigning of archetypes. Firstly, let us consider the one-eyed warrior who yet bears no archetype. Open Grius' lineage chart, please.
This here.
This is the chart that shows the power and connection of the archetypes. You can gain a new archetype by selecting one here and studying its power. To study, you'll need Magla, the source of all magic. Simply drawing from the Magla within yourself will put too heavy a burden on you. This means you need to gather Magla from your battles and other sources. Keep that in mind as you travel.
That means...
To learn is to change oneself, they say. Here, you may achieve that through study of the archetypes and their deepest secrets. Now, I'd like you to choose an archetype from among these. So, one of the big things in Persona is that you're just the one wild card. In ReFantazio, everyone's the wild card. It's a really nice thing. Now, we actually don't quite have enough Magla to do exactly what I want, but still. I'm going to turn Grius into a warrior.
I see.
Warriors are full offensive lads. Or they're not full offensive, they're full physical lads. They'll get access to a lot of slashing damage, as well as just being better with their attacks. Diagonal Slash is fine. Slicer is actually a really good ability. I like the multiple hits. Critical Strike is... it's situational. Can be nice. Now, I believe... I don't think it shows us on here. Okay, it might just be later on levels. Will actually grant you some different stat buffs. I believe the Warrior gives you more strength and endurance. Compared to everything, they'll up every one of your stats by at least a little bit. But,
This right here.
yeah, the archetype that young nobleman awakened to. Warrior's domain is physical offense, by way of a weighty greatsword. If the archetype can compete with its raw destructive power, that specializing comes at a cost. There's virtually no utility or support outside of hard hits. You must overwhelm your enemy with brute force. I'd say it's a fine archetype.
All right.
500 Magla is required.
Sure.
Sir, my trust. So be it. Following you and the young man called Stroll, another worthy wielder of archetypes joins your ranks. From this sanctum, I shall speak to the heart of the man with the eye patch, Grius. Feel his resolve, let a new soul dwell within his heart. O worthy heart, who tempers anxiety to strength, if thou art ready to bear thyself and fight with all thine heart, I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the warrior. What's this? Just truly an archetype. Same magic I once strove for. Can't believe it. It's fully in my grasp.
I didn't think I could grow any more.
Fascinating.
The man with the eye patch should now have awoken to an archetype. Similarly, I can view you and that noble youth with the new archetype power. Feel free to experiment. Now and from here on. We're gonna switch right away over to Will and go with the mage.
I see.
The mage is a very... Oh, okay, so the mage at least has some stat changes. The mage is a really good utility class. It has access to a lot of different things. Obviously, it has access to fire, ice, and lightning, which all is very nice to hit different weaknesses. But, in my opinion, the most useful thing about the mage is this top skill, Magic Recovery. Exclusively for your player character, you'll have a hero passive for each class of, each class that you have. I'll go through all of them real quick. For the Seeker, which I'll...
That is...
if I can... There we go. So the Seeker is a... It's a buffer. It's not the best buffer. It's kind of a utility class. So you can do a little bit of everything fairly well. You get chase support. So essentially this means that your allies will sometimes attack more often in the overworld. Really not useful. Has access to a lot of wind magic, some buffs, some healing. It's just kind of fine. And then the Warrior has Barge Pass. By being hit by an enemy attack during overworld combat will not trigger a battle with an enemy advantage. This is, depending on, it can be useful for like your first time through an area. It can be really nice. But I want to switch to the Mage. The archetype you sense from Galaxy's way of life. Its heroic embodiment is that of a good teacher who manipulates the forces of magic at will, performs miracles in the name of the one who leads. 500 magical. Magic Recovery restores MP with every stun gauge. So good. Oh, worthy heart, tempest anxiety into strength. If thou art prepared to pursue knowledge that surpasses the natural logic of this world, I shall bestow upon thee our soul, the soul of the mage. The power of the mage's soul, the power of the magic caster sees to its mastery, for all those still suffering in this land.
I found new power.
We are going to switch on over to the mage, and we don't have enough to change Stroll up a little bit.
Ah, right.
I've been meaning to tell you, I was rearranging things the other day and found something that might be useful to you on your journey. But everything that boxed up the check, by all means, take it. This is the deluxe edition or whatever. Whoops. Yeah, no, that's not what I meant to do. Scroll the shapes of a language I've never seen before. Must be some kind of formula, says the royal magic at the top. That's a formula for a rather complex spell. When mages devise such intricate magic, they commit the formula to scrolls and events. You're saying the king himself wrote this? Why did he here of all places? I couldn't begin to tell you. Perhaps the previous king had his reason for imprisoning me here after all. I would love to decipher its contents, but it will take a good amount of time. It's written a script I've never laid eyes on before. But before you go, there's just one thing. Would you mind taking a look at the very end of the scroll?
What's this?
This drawing. Indeed, is no more than a simple illustration, but do you not think it bears some resemblance to the Seeker archetype? Moreover, it bears a caption. I'm serious enough of all the languages there that is the only one I'm able to parse. It says, Mathis. Like the name of a person, unmistakably so, though I could not tell you beginning why I feel so certain. The person's name. It's only a mystery on top of an enigma. Just wonder what it says. Is there anything you would appreciate it very much if you share it with me? Please examine the scroll whenever you learn new truths. So yeah, this has just a bunch of different outfit changes. Yeah. There's a cat.
That's a good kitty.
Can you ever see this kind of cat in the city, huh?
Cat, you see.
Cute, isn't he? I named him Plateau. He's the only sauce I have as I'm confined here. You obtained your hero's incense.
boy.
He's taking a shine to you. It's a valuable item, so do hold on to it. Hero's incense will get you a little bit extra experience for your archetype. I believe it's just 100. Yeah. Still gonna be useful to at least start buffing up the mage. Again, I like the mage a ton. It's probably my favorite class. Second favorite class, I'd say. I do like the... there's another class we'll get pretty soon that I like a little bit more. but we are past time. So, next time, we'll go on and continue our path, just in general. But until then, see you guys later.